New year, new expectations, and that familiar pressure to become someone different. But what if this year isn't about fixing yourself at all? What if real change begins when you stop fighting who you are and start choosing yourself? In today's episode, we're talking about how self-acceptance, sensitivity, and why choosing the same you might be the most powerful way forward. Hey lady, welcome to the Highly Sensitive Woman podcast. Do you struggle with self-doubt, setting boundaries, or feeling overwhelmed? My name is Alyssa, and I'm a highly sensitive woman who spent years trying to fit in, ignoring my own needs, and living in constant fear of disappointing others. But I finally discovered the power of embracing who I am, and now I don't feel so broken. In this podcast, you'll learn to find your voice, set boundaries, and live with bold confidence and inner peace. Grab a cozy blanket. It's time to connect with someone just like you. Welcome back to the Highly Sensitive Woman. It is January 1st, 2026, and I don't know about you, but 2025 flew by for me. I hope that you had a wonderful holiday season with your friends and family and all of your loved ones and are ready for this new year that is ahead. So often, as we head into the new year, we hear this very familiar narrative of new year, new you. And we start with these very lofty goals and New Year's resolutions and all of this change that we want to make in the new year ahead. And that can be really daunting at times, and it can feel especially heavy for highly sensitive women because we tend to make change more easily in smaller increments. And so this idea of trying to make a lot of changes all at one time feels very overwhelming. And there's also this component that we need to change because there's something wrong with us and the way that we are isn't right and it needs to be fixed. And I just want to take a few minutes today to talk about what if it's not really about becoming someone new, it's really about choosing yourself more fully. And if that is something that kind of lights you up and you're like, yes, I want to do that. I want to choose myself more fully. I would love to join you on that journey this year in 2026. And through the end of January, I am offering 4 free sessions to 7 new clients. And it really is about supporting you along the way. And if you are ready to stop fixing and start integrating, that is the work that we would be doing. Because there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. And I want to encourage this idea of new year, same you, because that is not a failure. That is understanding yourself just a little bit better and knowing what works for you and what doesn't, and how you can stop feeling misunderstood and stop feeling like your sensitivity is something to overcome. So if you are still feeling disappointed that you are sensitive, that you are thoughtful or impacted by your emotions and your environments, I want to help you shift this idea to embody the same you and allow you to be more honest and more capable of sustainable change that feels very good and very comfortable for you. Because there is a hidden cost of trying to become someone else. When you are trying to make changes that are driven from a place of rejection versus acceptance of yourself, we tend to try it in being very perfect, in over-functioning, and what happens is we end up with a very overwhelmed nervous system, and we end up thinking that we are being motivated by all of these messages that we are telling ourselves, honestly. And if I just do A, B, C, and X, Y, Z, then You can fill in the blank for whatever the outcome is. And what it really is shame. It is not motivation at all. That change that is fueled by self-criticism, it never lasts, because you have to maintain that self-criticism to maintain whatever change you have made. And that is not possible to maintain because it doesn't feel good. And what ends up happening is you're exhausted, and in a lot of ways you feel worse. And so I want to help you shift to a place of self-acceptance, because that is an active choice. And over the holiday season, I watched a holiday movie and I heard a quote, and it was originally in French, which sounded so beautiful, and I wish that I could say it as the French do. But it translates in English to, "I accept the great adventure of being me." Instantly, I connected with this quote. I thought it was so beautiful and love the sentiment behind it, because acceptance is an act of leadership. And so when we accept who we are, we take leadership and ownership over ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our actions, the way that we want to show up in the world. Adventure is this, combination of uncertainty and trust. We're uncertain about what the future holds. None of us knows, right? But we trust ourselves that regardless of what comes our way, good, bad, indifferent, whatever the case may be, we trust that we will get through it, and we trust that we will take really good care of ourselves in the process. And the last part of this quote, being you without negotiation or apology, I just feel like it is such a beautiful thing, and something that I am carrying with me into this new year. And I invite you to do the same. I invite you to notice where you're still trying to earn permission to be who you are. Real change flows from self-acceptance. Acceptance creates clarity about who you are, what you want, how you want to show up in spaces, how you want to show up in the relationships that you have. It creates consistent energy, because you aren't constantly spending energy on trying to fake it till you make it, so to speak, right? You aren't trying to pretend to be something you're not. You're not trying to push down some emotions that you may be feeling. You make decisions that are aligned for you, and not from a place of people pleasing or deferring to the other person. You create nervous system safety, because you manage all of the body cues that are coming up, and you listen to your body and you honor what it needs and wants in that moment. When you stop fighting against yourself, your boundaries are more clear, both for yourself and for the people around you. When you make choices, it doesn't come from a place of urgency. It comes from a place of groundedness and certainty, and your confidence just feels steadier. So as we enter 2026, I want to invite you to enter this year in a new way, in a way that you haven't maybe in the past, that is more anchored and practical, and declare, this year I stop trying to be someone else, and instead I accept the great adventure of being me. And if you feel ready for that, if you feel ready to accept the great adventure of being you, but maybe feel a little bit uncertain, that is completely normal to have that insight, but it doesn't create integration. And sometimes we just need a little bit of help along the way. So I just want to reiterate, if you would like some help with this journey, I would love to walk alongside you and help you embody who you are. Because a new year, same you, chosen on purpose, creates change from a place of a positive relationship with yourself and not rejection. Until next time, take care. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a friend who may be feeling like she's broken too? I'd love it if you'd leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It brings me so much joy to know this podcast is helping you. Now it's time for me to stop talking and go soothe my senses in nature. I'll meet you back here next week for another episode. Take care.